Okay, I want to take one more look at this juncture at the mystery mixer. And what I want to take a moment to do here is to point out some of the internal things that I've seen so far. It's really great. There is, again, like the 500 series consoles, there's a trim strip that goes right along here. But unlike the 500 series console, this trim strip can stay right on there, and you can still pull these channel strips out individually. You have one screw here, two screws to release and flip up the meter bridge, and then in back there is one screw at the base. And then check this out. I thought this was pretty cool. You get your finger hole here, and you give a tug. And again, this would all be able to be done with the dress panel and all the knobs and switches intact. Pull that up, and then a little lift, and out comes the entire strip. Check it out. It's on like ISA type slot connections. Isn't that cool? So the whole thing, channel strip, can just pop right out there. And what I have seen so far, let's set this down here. We certainly, no surprise, are not talking about discrete electronics. We do have op amps on this. We got a lot of these, what do we got there? Yeah, JRC, what, 1029s? It also says 072D. I'm not familiar with that, so maybe that's another variant of the TL072, which we have those as well. So you got those all across here. We are talking about phenolic type boards, though, unfortunately. I was hoping for something a little different in that. There's the damage of the mouse urine, but that's about all the further it gets on the electronics. And I'll have to clean up that steel right there, but fortunately didn't get too far. I thought this was interesting too. Clearly this back panel, the I/O panel on each strip, was punched for multiple jack types. You get your XLR mic input there, and then you've got, looks like a hole for another one. That's a slightly smaller hole, so I'm not sure what that would be for. But so that's interesting. And then what else did I notice? Here is something I was very pleased to see. Here is your power, and it tells me right there what rails I need to power this thing, and I happen to have a spare PS520 for an M520 console that has the -15 rails, the +15 rails, the 0-volt rails, the 48-volt phantom rail. The only thing I'm lacking is this 35-volt rails. You got -35 and +35. So I'll have to figure that out. Although the PS520 does have a -18 and +18 rails as well. So I'm hoping to talk to those much brighter than I to help me figure out how I might convert that 18-volt rail to a 35-volt rail. I'm sure it can be done, just I have no idea how. So that's what channel card looks like. I mean input module. And you know, other than that, it's somewhat similar to the M500 consoles. You got a heavy extruded aluminum rail set that runs full width, and then you got these U-channel side rails that wrap over those, and there you can see that fiberboard bottom panel, and some of the bottom panels are missing, which is fine by me. I'm probably just gonna leave those off of there. Look at the mouse yuck. So that whole thing is gonna come off. I think this thing is gonna end up just getting completely disassembled, even up here in the meter bridge. Strip that down and maybe even just get primer on there to protect that. So what else? I haven't pulled the master section out, so I don't know what I'll find back there. The faders, here's a fader right here. It is an Alps fader, different than the ones that I have in my late model M520, which look like these ones here. So, but still nice in that they are fully serviceable. You got a side panel that can come off for cleaning, and they're nice and smooth and hardy, so that's encouraging. So that's what I know so far. Hope you've enjoyed this little tour, and I'll keep putting things up as developments occur.